Okay, we're back.
Here
It is we're not talking about that
Sorry.
podcast.
I was just waving. That's all I was doing. I wasn't making weird hand gestures or anything. Just to let you guys know, you got to be careful nowadays.
You got to be careful nowadays. And in
what
the
direction
immortal
you
words
put your
of
hands.
immortal words of Mick Jagger at the Altamont disaster in 1969, babies. We got a lot of shit going on. This has been a fucking hell of a week.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a year so far, and
I literally feel like
dude, we've had fires. We've had Satan came back.
Satan
fires,
came back. Yeah.
Satan came
Nazis
back, then
back.
brought the fires. Nazis are all of a sudden in. I fucking feel like I fell asleep and woke up and
this is some other different reality. I gotta swear that it is. That it's we're in some kind of other fucking reality here. This is so. Even today, I had a moment where I'm like, really? I mean, fucking really? This guy again? It's like, I don't know. Maybe I've been just. I can't even fucking contend with the idea of it so much, and it's just like.
Yeah, well, this is episode 39, and I've named it "We Used to Beat Up Nutzis."
Yep.
Which are Nazis. I'm not sure if we could say that on this, but I guess so.
What do you
Nutzis?
mean?
I don't know if you could say Nazis.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. People like.
Are you talking about people being sensitive anymore? There's no fucking room for sensitivity anymore. There's
sensitive
no fucking.
Is over.
I don't know if we should say. I don't know if we should say Nazis. No,
I'm not saying
saying Nazis.
I'm saying whether or not it gets cut out of your thing. Fuck. Oh, don't. No. It's the
cut out of what?
The insensitive people will cut you out. See, here's the thing: the sensitive people will cut you out for being sensitive. The insensitive people will cut you out so that because they're worried that you're talking about them.
Right.
So that's it's twofold now, man. It's twofold.
So
they're both...
I understand. So the thing is there any fucking room for sensitivity anymore when this is what we're fucking faced with?
Well, I think we're fighting for some sensitivity. I mean, I think we're fighting for people to be nicer to each other. Maybe let's not say sensitive. That's a pejorative, but people to be a little bit more
respectful.
Yeah, there you go.
Respect
Thank you.
each other.
Yes. There needs to be more respect.
Pull it together, man.
But I don't think that we should have respect for Nazis.
There's always been a need for respect, but what's happening now is that this current administration, everybody involved with the fucking thing, has no interest in respecting anything about anything.
It's true. So I just, before we get started, I want to say we do not condone violence of any kind.
We do not. I concur.
We do not condone violence.
That's a Glock 19.
Is it?
Yeah.
You know, because what?
I could see it.
Oy.
Look at this guy.
But
this shit happened.
We don't condone violence, but I don't know what to do with this. So this is we have side-by-side pictures here of...
That is the exact same angle.
It is.
And that's everything.
I picked that myself. That is on the left. You see Elon Musk.
Although Hitler did have a stylish high belt going on. And the right, Nazis, if you don't know, that's Hugo Boss who did the Nazis.
Hugo
Boss.
Well,
I mean,
dressed
Hugo Boss.
the Nazis.
We still use a lot of Nazi stuff. Volkswagen, BMW,
Social Security, little things.
But this is side by side of Adolf Hitler on the right and
did you
Elon
guys,
Musk on the left.
I sent you guys an article from The Atlantic. Did you get a chance to read any of that? It was a long one.
Yeah, but... the 53 days that the Nazis took away.
It took him 53 days to dismantle democracy in Germany and completely replace it with this nonsense. Which it took millions of lives and a lot of things, a lot of supplies.
It's not even believable.
To put this down took so much out of everybody.
It's not even believable that anybody could do something like that. In 200 years, they're going to say that is fucking myth. No one would let anybody do that.
They're already saying it's myth now. People are already saying it's myth now. I've been seeing postings where people are.
Go ahead.
Well, no, where people are denying
naysayers, Holocaust naysayers.
There's a lot of Holocaust deniers, and I think it's because mostly.
Well, let's talk about gesture deniers too. Not just
that's what let's start. You know what? Let's start at the top. Here's the gesture. Obviously, at the inauguration celebration or whatever for that pig
Orange
Donald
fuck.
Trump, they Elon Musk got excited and did a couple of Nazi salutes.
Yeah.
And afterwards, everybody's denying it who's a supporter of Trump or of Elon Musk.
It's like, it's Elon. He's just trolling, right? You know what I mean? It doesn't mean nothing.
They said he's not even trolling. He's just putting his heart out or something like that.
I give my heart to you is the thing, which is absolute horseshit. Yeah. Now, Elon just went to Germany to join in with the this far right party.
Oh yeah, the Nazi.
That's bad timing.
It's called
the
Alternative.
New Nazis.
It's called Alternative for Germany.
Yeah,
and Elon was there. It's very hard right, and probably much like what they're into is this, and this is straight up what it is. Now, I did see some stuff on Reddit, some like ladies. It was a couple of ladies, honestly, like this is just. I don't know. This is all.
I watched that one. You video of that. That was some.
But there was an earlier one. This lady was a representative. She was at local politics. And,
I saw that.
The blonde lady.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, just wanted to touch base that everybody's not feeling good this week. Just wanted to say, hope you're feeling all right. And it was like, look at her chewing her own fucking fat, just so. Right. Fucking into it. So like, look at you. So is it now because Nazis aren't cool with the fucking with the libtards that now Nazis are cool with the fucking?
Well, it's half of it is they want people. These people want to. They want to make people upset, and what better way than doing a Nazi salute.
Because this right here, what he's doing is a straight fuck you. That's what it is. To the rest of everybody who wasn't on the bus. And that's what they're all doing. That lady, that blonde lady, you saw the look on her face, the fucking cheese she was eating to fucking say that, smiling like a Cheshire fucking cat.
If I'm not mistaken, she's kind of seeing some trouble for that.
Yeah.
As you should. But here's the thing: is I think that back to the first point you were making is about sensitivity. These people are trying to basically desensitize people to stuff like this, and they're trying to make it more normal because I think deep down they really like the idea of being a master race, and that maybe they don't feel good about themselves. I don't know. I'm just speculating right now. That's typically racism is a good.
They feel great about themselves. Honestly.
I don't know if that's true. I don't think you could have this ideology and feel great about yourself.
That's what you think. But see, owning the libs has taken another step up the fucking ladder.
If you have to do that, you already can't possibly be a well-adjusted person who's happy with yourself. If you have to own other people, that's what I'm saying.
Who the fuck said they were well-adjusted to begin with?
Well, I'm saying that they have some kind of inner hatred, or they hate themselves.
We do know that this. I mean, I do believe that this whole right-wing shit is just anger-based. Now, anger-based is a low humming fucking way to be in life. That's a fucking low hum reality. It's not fucking high road. It's fucking, and these people. God, we're looking at all the stuff. It's just science is no more science. We can't do science anymore. We don't want to offend anybody who's fucking my fucking wrench. I don't do fucking millimeter wrenches, motherfucker. I'm a fucking America.
Well, when is with this guy who's been put in charge of defense? When is that going to start?
Oh God.
The draft's going to come back.
Mitch McConnell's already come out as a warning to Trump and a warning to him because he did get what do you call it, approved or whatever the fuck, certified or whatever the fuck. He
did
make
it. Mitch McConnell's been fucking gone for years, dude. He's one of these. Like, I think I'd.
No, he's almost done, but he was the king, Lord cunt of all cunts.
He was king cunt.
But he's going the other way in his final shit. What a fucking ass.
Yeah, well now
and he jumps on our side. What the fuck?
He's not on our side.
Retards.
He thinks he might die soon, and he's worried that there actually is some sort of judgment when you die, which because he's probably
no. It's too late for him.
It's too late for him. Mitch, if you're listening, your toes are to the fire, buddy. As soon as you get there, they're gonna
hang him from his neck waddle, right by his neck waddle, and toast
Peter
his little
is going to laugh first, and then they're going to send you to put your toes on the fire.
And they're going to say, you might be the worst human
send you out to
tried to put down there.
California.
Yeah. You might have to. Well,
anyways.
So anyway,
I used to beat them.
Yeah, my question is, so this whole thing with somebody doing a Nazi salute on television, like, even if he's not a Nazi, which I think he probably is, that's my opinion, or at least he sympathizes with extreme racism. I mean, remember, he did grow up in apartheid South Africa, so he is probably inherently has some sort of racism.
He's very Silver Spoon-esque too.
Yeah, inside that's just built in. But I mean, here's some examples of Nazis were always the enemy, and I distinctly remember growing up, like, you were allowed to show violence against them and beat them up.
There were two things you could show violence to: would be robots and Nazis.
Nazis and robots.
You could
Nazi robots.
Well,
Nazi robots are even better.
Because you could have. We always went around, put a hole in the Ayatollah too. So
that's true. Yeah.
Well, there was always that.
And for a long time, it was the Soviet Union too. We had that, but I mean, I think that one of the favorites was Nazis. I like Nazis and robots and Nazi robots. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
But be a cartoon?
New band name: Nazi Robots from Hell.
It's got to already be.
You think it's a cartoon already?
I'm sure there's Nazi robots somewhere in the cartoons.
Can we talk about him pardoning all of the January 1500 January 6th?
So, and if you read that article, you see as soon as they named him chancellor, he created amnesty for all of the people that fucking he felt were fucking fighting for him and stood by him. He created amnesty for all, and we're talking Hitler at this point.
Yeah. Well, no,
he did the same thing. You know what I mean?
Trump's using the same playbook, or
it's the same exact playbook.
It's the same playbook. Scary. It is, and that's why I'm saying, like, here's the thing. My whole point here: we used to beat them up in the cartoons and the movies. Yeah. This was indicative in our culture that you don't let these people survive. You beat them up. And when you see them, you're allowed to punch them. Like, that's the thing. I mean, look at
nobody feels bad about that. You can beat Nazis, like, right in the streets. You got a fucking club.
What? He was a Nazi.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were being a regular guy. He's a Nazi. Here, give me a club. I'll fucking,
Yeah. I mean.
Oh my God. So, with on that, it's like, I had a fucking point there. I don't know anymore if I have any points to make at all.
Well, I know it's so the whole thing is pretty disturbing. And then you add, I mean, and here's the thing: they're like, well, they're not anti-Semitic. They're not against. Well, you to be a Nazi or to have that same ideology, you just pick somebody to pick on, or pick a few somebodies, and maybe they're not picking on Jewish people this time, but they're picking on some other people. And so that's what this next slide is: 4 years without a Mexican. I crossed it out and said an immigrant because
because there's Venezuelans, there's Cubans,
there's quite a few different kinds of people, and in fact, Mexicans are making up less.
Salvadorians.
Yeah, it's a lot of Central Americans now.
Well, it's a lot of Central Americans. Yeah. I think they fall under, as Americans, they fall under the bubble of Mexicans. Because it's like, I can't tell you if that guy's from Guatemala or El Salvador or fucking, you probably could if you knew about those things.
Can.
If you know, you can. But, that's Guatemala guy. But, most people don't.
Hey, that's Guatemala guy.
Everybody's
most people in the United States.
So you're right. It's 4 years without an immigrant, and because there are all the Central America people running
Maybe
away
it should
from,
say poor immigrant without a poor immigrant,
well,
because they let the rich ones in. Yeah,
there's no problem.
The rich ones are fine if you got money. Pay for it. Come on in.
You got money, you could spend it here. But if you're coming for a job, but yeah, I think that there's. But this is one of the easy low hanging fruit for them to pick on and to scapegoat. And this picture you see here of these people being marched onto a military plane being deported, and they are in chains. If you didn't notice there, this is if you look closely, they're in chains.
Yeah, there's a thing around their waist, which they're probably shackled to.
They're shackled to it. And
what did these folks do wrong?
They were in the country illegally, according to our new Führer. But here's the thing. This is now this imagery was posted by the White House, and they're proud of this. This is like something you should probably not really be proud of. This imagery that you're marching people onto an airplane.
Do you also know that they have removed the Spanish language version of anything that's going on in the White House? So we get on the website, you can't see a Spanish language version of that.
There's a number of really troublesome things. There was another thing was
I'll tell you what's really troubling right now.
Wasting gas. What is there, fucking 10 people there? How much plane gas are they going to use for 10 people?
I just read this.
It's got to be an easier way to transport these guys.
Hold on, I'm going to count.
This whole thing,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
this
7,
plane,
9 people.
To take these 9 people back costs $890,000.
I know.
To take these 9 people back. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to say that airplane is probably pretty expensive to run.
That's going to be real expensive.
It's got to be a bus.
And that's a military airplane, so you and me are paying for it, which is awesome.
That's what I'm saying.
We did.
Yeah.
We are paying for that. Thanks. You know what? We're probably going to have to pay more to get rid of those 9 guys than we would.
Pay more for everything.
And they'll be back next month.
They probably would have made more money or contributed more in taxes, just in sales tax, than they are being loaded onto that military plane. Plus, they got the guys to do it. They had to catch them. Like, there's a whole thing to this entire thing. This was costly. This is not cheap. And it's due to racism. It's not due to, this is not due to any kind of economic benefit from this. In fact, it's an economic, this is a liability. It's a liability.
Yeah,
it's a liability.
And like Steph has a buddy that I used to work for. And he took a picture in Costco, how empty it was. He goes, "Oh my God, look how empty it is. Like no Mexicans." And he was so fucking happy about this. And I'm like, "Wait, you guys not going to be, hey, hold on a second, because let's talk about the restaurant industry." Because I get a lot of that on fucking Reddit. And there's people going, "Oh my God, people aren't showing up to work." He goes, "This is a downfall of the fucking restaurant industry." Not only that, a lot of people are saying 75% of the fucking immigrants that are picking the fruit aren't fucking showing up.
That's right.
Well, that was in Bakersfield.
In Bakersfield. This is going to be a problem because what do you do? I mean, I'm not sure you can grab the next Gen Z guy and say we're picking fruit. So I'm wondering if it's going to fall to the prisoners. If they're going to empty the prisons.
They could do the prisoners, I guess.
Yeah.
They just have to arrest more of us.
Well, we gotta have fruit pickers.
There's some of those guys who are going to get arrested because they're immigrants, and they're going to end up picking the vegetables that they didn't show up for the job they were supposed to show up for.
But now they're going to be prisoners, so we're paying to house them, and then we're going to pay them to pick the fruit.
Well, wait, as long as you and I pay, and not Elon Musk or whoever else.
I'm not sure there's a lot of people like connecting dots. There's
not
a lot of dot connecting.
There's not even.
It's not even any.
It's not even. It's not even like a smattering.
We need this. So his whole fucking he goes, "Fuck yeah, fuck you, get him out of here, fuck those Mexicans." And I was like, wait a second, has anybody really thought this through? No, there's no thinking through. There isn't there.
No, this is my problem with it's not just politics. In general, working at a place, in general, going out in the street, in general, doing anything, is so few people think beyond the first orbit of thinking. You know, I feel like we all have orbits of thinking. So at least I do, which is there's like a first orbit. And that's like a very shallow orbit of thinking. And then there's a couple other orbits that come in closer where you do deeper thinking, right? But most people, they only think at the very first orbit.
No, I know, the very first orbit.
It drives you fucking bananas.
Our buddy T-Bone is very good at this, and you get good at these things. Now, you get good at realizing things like this morning, I was going to get coffee at this place, right? This guy's got a kid, and he's like talking about the bathroom. There's a lady standing in front of the fucking door. Now, I'm noticing things. I'm noticing the lady's talking about the bathroom. The kid's talking about this. She's just picking up all this stuff. And she's so deep in her phone standing in front of the door of the bathroom that she didn't pick up any of this. It's like your little fucking space. You know what I mean? And T-Bone, you would have fucking heard all of that shit. I'm like, okay, somebody's going to the bathroom. There's a kid these kids want cake pops. Yeah, mom wants to give them to him. Dad doesn't. I'm just listening to things. You fucking pick things up if you fucking pay attention. You know what I mean?
That's even just what you're talking about is just even being aware of your surroundings. Right. I'm talking about you don't even have to be aware of your surroundings for what I'm talking about. You could just think about something with a few more variables involved than just the first one, so that you could get try and use critical thinking skills. I know that both of you do, and that is that differentiates you from the most of the rest of the population. But that's why we're in this situation in the first place, is from just abject stupidity.
Abject stupidity, and I also like to add on top of that selfishness. And this is a very big deal, I think.
Although I am extremely selfish, though. And
you're selfish in a good way. You're a selfish cunt, but you're a nice cunt. It's all right.
Oh, thanks. Wow. Well, here you know what? I'm just gonna. This is the last one where I'm gonna be really gloom and doom.
This is brutal here.
But hey, Trumpers,
it's awful.
And Musketeers out there, and if anybody's listening, tell your friends, if they're still your friends who are Trumpers and Musketeers. You know where all this fucking shit goes? You know where it goes? It's already happened before. They made camps, and they put people in the camps, and then they took them and they gassed them. They gassed them and they killed them. And you know what? It was a terrible, terrible chapter of our history. And and here's the thing. I grew up in a neighborhood of mostly Jewish people, and I've actually met Holocaust survivors while they were still alive and talked to them. And they would come and talk to us as children in schools near where they lived. And they would come and tell us what it was like. And I guarantee you do not want this to happen again to anybody. And if you're part of this happening, the things that happen to you as a result are terrible. They are terrible. The German people were committing suicide as the troops marched in, because the repercussions of what they had done were so horrible. So anyway, this doesn't end well for you either, buddy.
No. And and honestly, and I think I saw something on Reddit. It was pictures from Auschwitz, and this really fucking struck me as I'm looking at it, and was looking at a pile of fucking shoes. Piles of shoes. There's yards and yards of them piled up high. They got this glass in front of it. But there's just empty shoes, man. Fucking empty shoes. These people were going to the showers, right? And then the next picture is just piles of spectacles, glasses, just piles, untold amounts of fucking piles of glasses that used to be on faces that were alive. And those shoes used to be on people that were alive, and they thought they were going to take a shower, and they all fucking died. And they all got gassed, and it was fucking awful. They locked the doors and gassed the shit out of them. That's not stuff you would even do to fucking animals.
No, no. And this is how it goes. This is where you're going with this, and this is why it's always been okay to kill Nazis, because they do this. This is what you do. This is what you do, Trumpers and Musketeers. This is you. You are this. And don't tell me you're not.
They're in the stage right now where they're disbelieving that. And I know that in the beginning, I gotta believe that in the beginning of Nazism, everybody thought this was a great idea. You know, they thought, oh, we're going to take back none of that fucking. It went to this, but you know, in the beginning, like the chick with the fucking thing with her cheese-eating smile, like, oh, just checking on you guys, you know, with her fucking proud cunt face, and dude. This is where this goes, and your proud cunt face shouldn't be so fucking proud because it's awful, it's evil, and this is where this is going.
That's why it's okay to kill Nazis, because they're evil. Because they are. They were evil.
It is not okay to kill anybody.
Well, Nazis, it's okay.
Well, in the movies,
you said punch. I'm gonna let you punch Nazis. That's fine, but we can't go around killing.
Well, somebody's
people.
Awfully done some work on his chin, and that's cool with me. But
this next one I want to remind. I've tried to remind people that Donald Trump is not a god, and that there were people who.
It looks like he's half toad right there.
Burp, burp.
He's a toad god, but you know, there were
stumbled
people
on something right there.
back in the day. There were people they resisted Hitler, who was very powerful at the time. And look, there's Donald Duck throwing
the picture from which the song Sensations was taken. Walt Disney's Der Führer's face.
It's actually, I love that cartoon. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Der Führer's face. It's they don't really show it because it's also, I mean, it's mildly racist to Japanese people as well. Maybe not mildly.
No,
but
completely.
It's and to Germans.
Maybe you don't team up with people, you know?
Yeah. Well, right, yeah. You see what you get?
See what happens?
But you know, before we end our cast, I will share the lyrics to the song because it's pretty funny. Because we could be putting Elon Musk and Donald Trump into the song, and it would be the same song. It's a song of resistance. It really
hasn't even been a week, and the shit that he's done is already fairly amazing. Did you see the picture of him getting off the plane and Gavin Newsom standing in front of him? The leaning tower of dummy. He's got these fucking boots to do. He's got a problem with leaning. And I remember this old pic a couple months ago. They had to put a wedge under the front of his feet so he would stop doing this. He fucking does that. And he's got these boots on. He's got a fucking suit and these dumb boots. Like, sir, you need to put these boots on if we're going to go tromping around in the wildfire thing. It's good for optics, you know, or something. You know, it's like, why the boots? Like,
maybe he told them they were magic boots.
Yeah, they're magic boots. And Newsom's like,
what happens is, you know, if anybody shoots at you, it puts a shell up around you, so you got to wear these boots.
But see, this is what he does, because now he has cut loose federal funding for the aid of California. But see, until he went and met Gavin Newsom, and he went and saw the actual shit in his world, we were all fucked and bad, and that we should sweep our fucking forests to make sure that they don't catch fire. It was
mishandled regardless. He didn't have anything nice to say. It was just all the bad stuff.
He called him Gavin Newsom.
Yeah,
no, there's nothing positive. And then he goes there, and Gavin Newsom's like, and
I don't know.
But then he cuts loose, and then he's like, "We're full funding," because he was threatening to cut emergency funding for California.
That's something we should talk about too, is the fires, which I didn't put a slide in here about.
Please do. Yeah, I mean, I know lost...
and the ugly thing behind all of that is he can't say no with the funding, for one thing, because we have to represent the world in a few years. And with the devastation that's happened here and all the people who are looking for homes right now and wondering what's going on with insurance, we're not going to be able, and he's fucking going to deport all the fucking people who actually get shit done in this town. There's going to be nobody and no money to show that America's, you know, here for the Olympics. And, you know, sorry about all this.
No. My entire week of fucking demo. Yeah.
No.
My entire week of demo was all fucking immigrants doing the shit nobody fucking wants to do in the middle of the fucking night. Beating stuff down.
I like what you said about, are we going to get the American Gen Zs to do it? And the answer is probably not. I mean,
No.
sorry to the Gen Z population out there, but I don't
Lazy.
think
No, those guys.
I'll say it.
Those,
I mean,
no, you're
I
lazy.
hate to.
it's
I mean,
unsafe.
lazy.
Those guys are in there without masks. There's fucking dust everywhere. I won't be inside of there. I don't even want to be in there.
It's maybe not something that we want, that people should do, but we need it done in a lot of cases. So
there's a lot.
We don't have a generation to do any of that.
Yeah, no, we don't.
We don't.
No, we don't.
We don't. Us either. We're lazy too.
But see, the fucking thing is that the fucking fruit picking isn't a new thing. This shit has been going on since fucking for fucking decades, dude. Decades.
It's been like a century or more.
Hundreds.
Dude, I read this book based in the 50s called Fat City. It's about Stockton. And it was a fucking boxer who was down on his luck. And when he didn't have money, he would hop on the bus with the Mexicans and go pick fruit.
Yeah, so
this shit's been happening for...
They were called the braceros, and they came across the border just for seasonal work. And then they would go back. Yeah. But so I took Chicano history in school. And,
well, tell us more about that, because
that's what happened. But an interesting part of this entire thing, which again, you just have to do a little research. When they did this, they would allow everybody to go home afterwards, and then everybody was fine. But at some point in like the 1960s, they started seeing it as a possible, like a political wedge issue. And so they were like, so let's make this thing about, these people coming here, which they've been doing for ever. Yeah. And so what they did was, they, instead of making it a two-way street, they made it a one-way street. So now the people came for their seasonal work, but they couldn't go back because it's not easy to go back and forth anymore.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's another problem.
Interesting.
You created it with having a one-way door. That of course that's going to happen.
Then what are you going to do? You're going to fucking live there then, because now we got to live here because we can't go back home with all our money.
I don't want to live here. I was going to go home, but now you made me live here because you won't let. Because if I go home, I can't come back and do the work again. Yeah. So what the hell was that?
Why is that not the greatest idea ever? And why is that not fucking go home with your buckets of money? We need your help. Take the money, go home and fucking, I don't know, buy half the town. You know
that was the idea. And that was the idea, and they did it for decades.
Why isn't enriching your next door neighbor in that fashion a good idea? When they can go home and enrich their own neighborhoods?
Well, then we complain. Then, okay, so the argument my mother always gives me is this one's good. Well, why don't they take care of their own countries before they, they're not taking care of their own countries? It's like, in the case of like people like Central Americans, also the United States has lorded it over Central and South America for so many.
We just spent the last several decades just fucking
like destroying the place.
Awful.
Yeah,
giving warlords and drug lords all sorts of
money
power
so they can take over, and then you're like, well, why don't they just take care of it? It's like, oh god,
you're welcome.
There's a massive disconnect about how that all fucking works, and these people were fucking, a lot of these guys in Mexican cartels that were Mexican special services, the special agents, and they fucking get paid by the drug lords to do that. And they said
special services. Mexican special services, like he's an extremely good. He was a very, very good cook. He was like
this is racist.
I would like 6 tortillas instead of 5.
That was the best fucking taco I've ever eaten in my life. Was when the special services guy made it.
Mexican special services, yeah.
Mexican special services. Can I help you?
A couple little spoons of crema on there. There you go. One more. That's special services.
Special services.
Anyways,
that was racist.
Special agents.
That's racist.
That was racist. I agree.
Sorry. Oh, Jesus.
100%. 100%.
So, yeah,
I don't want to stand out.
The Zetas got created from fucking military, special military people. Well, they created their own thing. They were guards for the cartels, and then they're like, well, let's do our own fucking thing. And so now you've got these how as a resident or as a citizen there, do you fight against that? We will clean it up. And it's like, what do you mean? How do you clean that up exactly?
Okay.
That's what Hitler did with his
I
brown
also-
army.
Well, yeah, and I
The
also
special
think
police.
anybody who wants to know why people come here should read about the Monroe Doctrine from the 1800s. Pardon me.
Special services.
Special services. So read about the Monroe Doctrine. You know what? I'm not going to educate you people because you don't want to be educated anyway.
They don't.
So,
There's no one there.
Why is that sad? That's just a fucking waste of time.
That's true. We are the least popular podcast
There's
in America.
nobody listening.
Listen,
not educating anybody.
Listen, this
I
is
see
like
somebody's on there. So
listen, T-Bone,
Do
you
you?
gotta do a rock show. You show up and nobody's there. You do your rock show, right?
You do.
You do the
You
show.
That's it.
Fucking. If there's one guy in there,
You're
he
getting
paid
2
a ticket.
free drinks.
Listen. I'm fine with
$70
nobody listening. I don't want you fuckers to listen. I hope you're not listening. Turn it off right now. In fact, if you're listening right now, you should turn it off.
Can you actually see people listening? Is there a counter?
Yeah, I could see who's listened. I mean, not who, but I could see how many people listen.
It's been
We
a
had
while
a couple
since
episodes that were in the tens of people. It was
in the tens. Holy shit!
Yeah, I know.
That's impressive.
It is impressive.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
We will
You're
continue
making that
to do
up.
this for nothing because fuck everybody.
Well, that's that's how I feel. I don't do this for. I do this for me. I don't do it for anybody else.
That's exactly right.
Listen,
That's
I
just
gotta
like talking to you guys.
And for you guys, I do it. But
dude, honestly, I get a Jones for it if I'm not we haven't done it for a minute. It's like I got
again. If you're listening right now, turn it off. I don't care if you're listening. We
don't turn it off. Don't turn it off. He's fucking full of shit.
Turn it off.
Tell your friends and come.
No, don't tell your. I don't want your fucking friends. They're probably stupid too, just like you.
What if there's a bunch of people that think like we do? How about that?
I haven't met them.
They're not there.
They're there. We're there. Are we the only people left in Los Angeles that think right?
I'm not even in Los
think
Angeles.
so.
Maybe that's what makes. Maybe you know what? Maybe
You're
where
in the
you
Orange
guys
Curtain.
live, there are, but I don't live anywhere where there's.
Mad. You're surrounded by the fucking shit.
And I have to go to the Inland Empire for work.
Well, that's interesting because it's fucking. So many of these people are so smart, and that's what I was said to fucking. Yeah, I was like, you guys are fucking smart, right? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Not really. Let me share this song that I think everybody needs to resist against our new Fuhrer. So this was there was during World War II, Walt Disney Studios made propaganda movies, and one of them was Der Fuhrer's Face, which is a Donald Duck cartoon where he has a dream that he lives in Nazi Germany, but the song is pretty good. Music by Oliver George Wallace, 1942. It's a cartoon, and there's this song in it, and the music is like dun 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 dun. So it's like a march or something.
So they would play these in front of movies when people go see movies. You would get this ahead of it.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, Goebbels is in there. He's naming all of the
Goring and Goebbels. Yeah,
Goebbels.
And it's
like
it's
the
pretty,
socialist leader and the.
It's pretty racist because it's all in like a German accent, but like a bad one. Like so, it's like it goes when der Führer says we ist der Master Race, we heil right in der Führer's face, and that's. In the thing they do the thing in his face in the cartoon. Not to love the Führer is a great disgrace. So we heil right into Führer's face. We heil right in Herr Goebbels' face. Oh no, when Herr Goebbels says we own the world und space.
Nice.
We heil right in Herr Goebbels' face, and it goes on like this.
It's great.
But
this is when we hated Nazis, and now Nazis have, in the right, become, I guess, fashionable, or the
yeah. And
T-Bone, what are your thoughts, my friend? On this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I dove down a deep hole on how he Hitler transformed that government and took over. And it's scary as shit. But one of the things that said that gives me hope is that was the perfect storm. I mean, certain shit had to happen at certain time in order for him to even come to power like that. But now we're seeing a guy very similar take over this, and seeing him make all those very similar moves, and it's scary as shit. So,
well, what are you thinking on that? Do you think it's a perfect storm again?
Yeah, do you think this is based on this?
I think it's a little different. And I hope as human beings and people who progress in life and time get smarter, and I hope we learn from some mistakes. But there does need to be a shakeup of our government. There's no mistake. Something does need to be done, but we've gone to an extreme. We've let it get to an extreme. We've let it get so out of hand that the extremists have taken over. And that's the exact same thing that happened before. But, back in those times was the Great Depression, right? So people were, whatever they could find a nail in a piece of wood, they'd break it down and give it for bullets or whatever you had to do. There was some dark times then. We're a little beneficial to what had happened then. I mean, I think we're smarter. We're a little more set up. We're kind of out of his mix. He really can't touch California all that much. He'll never say you can't have funding for this. You can't have funding for that, because literally without California's money, the United States wouldn't do as well, right? Let's be honest. We're one of the most powerful states.
Fourth largest economy in the world.
In the world, not
in the world
of the states.
Yeah.
So, it's something, and that probably irks him down there, but
I bet you it does. That it's that it relies on fucking the breadbasket of California.
It irks the whole country because they're always downing on California.
Everybody shits on California from fucking Nevada east. They all fucking shit on California.
And just so you know, you fuckers out there, your states are a piece of shit, and we're not.
That's not true.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It isn't true.
You just stop shitting at it. Well, you know what? Shit on California all you want. We live here. It's a fucking beautiful state. Honestly, if you came to fucking hang for a while, you'd understand.
Sometimes you just can't leave.
Don't come.
It's like New Mexico, the land of entrapment.
Don't come.
It's
if you're listening, turn it off.
But no, I think honestly, my thoughts on the whole thing are, once again, we got to stand back and watch it burn. If we're not going to do something about it, just shut up and stand behind, because they're going to start picking people who are making too much noise out.
Somewhere in my fucking...
Not us. We don't have anybody. Nobody knows we're here.
Somewhere in my
underground
fantasy,
revolt.
This goes so bad that they start pulling the Trump name off of buildings. They're going to fucking explode his face off of the monument in where is it? North Dakota, South Dakota? Fucking where's the monument? Well, you know what I'm talking about.
It's you're talking about Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore. So they're going to fucking...
North Dakota,
put his face on Mount Rushmore. He's going to put his face on Mount Rushmore.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to go so fucking far, just like Hitler did. They're going to fucking tear his face off of that. They're going to tear every name off every building. Drive his fucking family out of the goddamn country, because fuck you guys.
Well,
where does that come from? My other question was, what are we willing to accept? What are we willing to accept?
That's the only thing that gives me hope right there.
Is that he's old.
Is that he's too old to...
Hitler wasn't that old.
He was not that old.
You know who isn't? His fucking son, Barron, who is a fucking sociopath. If you look at that kid, I've never seen him smile.
American Psycho.
He's a fucking psycho, dude. That kid's a crazy...
Yeah, but you know what? You can't mill another kid. You have to groom them. And that's not what's happening. He's not being groomed for power.
It's happening. It's going to happen.
No,
once his father goes down,
you need that has to start that has to start from birth. Basically, like somebody like Kim Jong-un.
Did you guys was groomed? The movie The Apprentice? Did you guys watch that shit?
No,
I didn't.
No.
What movie is that?
It's a movie about Donald Trump's relationship with his lawyer. Up and coming into the world of finance and stuff when he was a younger man in his 20s and 30s.
Oh.
I can't believe you guys haven't seen that. Matter of fact, the dude who portrayed him, Sebastian Stan, is up for an Oscar for it. But they sort of downplayed it. The guy who funded the thing was a Trump supporter. And then he sort of turned tail when, after he saw the cuts of it, he was like, you know what? I'm out of this. This is because he fucking knew something.
Because it doesn't look good.
Yeah. It doesn't look really good. It just plays him as a dope. You know what I mean? And
well, he is.
He is.
He is a dope.
I had a book on his early life that I did on. I listened to the whole thing on. This is interesting how somebody gets like that. You know, how do you get that way?
Privilege is the first ingredient in my mind.
People have privilege, and they. Well, there was another thing I want to talk about too. Is everybody bending the knee? All of tech.
Don't bend the knee.
Bend the knee.
Don't you
they all
bend
did
the
it.
knee.
Mark Zuckerberg was fucking removed all the shit.
Dude, I love where he got caught looking down fucking Bezos' chick shirt too.
Yeah.
Why do they all like that chick? Dude, seriously, she's terrifying to me.
Lauren Sanchez.
Yeah. Dude, she was on like Channel 5 fucking news or something.
Yeah.
She was.
Like she's not even like
she showed up at inauguration in a bustier. She could have worn a rubber dick under her fucking thing. It wouldn't have mattered. Because it's a fucking clown show. It's like
she did something to the Bezos' butthole and he bought in.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm telling you.
I think it's weird that she's like the multi-billionaire hot chick. Like, I just think that is it me? It's kind of weird, right? Like, she's not.
Well, hang on a second, because if you look at Jeff Bezos now, and I mean, he's gone to the gym, he's cut his hair off. But if you look at Jeff Bezos back in the day, like in the 90s when he's putting this together, fucking partially balding. The guy was not your macho fucking man of the fucking day.
You notice Zuckerberg's getting all cut in UFC
now? That guy is still in there. You know what I mean? Huh?
But
you notice Zuckerberg's all UFC and cut now?
He's doing all the shit. Yeah. He's doing
I feel like all of those guys, Zuckerberg, Bezos, Musk,
tough guy.
They're all fucking like they're all awkward. They're all awkward people.
They are, dude. They are. It's the same guy
from
1992 when he painted fucking Amazon.com on his fucking thing, and he's working on his little thing, driving around in a Honda. Couldn't get laid if he fucking fucked a dead hooker.
Fistful of fucking
dude. And now he's bald. He's got fucking, how many yachts has this guy got? He goes to the gym a little bit, and it's fucking Lauren Sanchez blowing him suddenly. The guy who was the guy early on is still in there, that little geek. So he's got to act a fucking, the little
sniveler is still in there.
The little sniveler is in there.
So
he's got to overcome it. He's got to fucking chest puff.
Your inner snivellers are in there, guys.
Overcome the sniveler. When he's in the fucking shower in the morning going, shut up. I'm still good. I'm good. I'm fucking strong and I'm tough.
And darn it, people like me.
I can take my girl to bed and show her a good time. You don't know what you're talking about.
She was on television. She did the news.
We're good. We're rich. You're still a sniveler. Yeah, it's like
you're
that
still
voice
a
inside. Bastard.
You're still just a little sniveler. That's
Leave me
all
alone.
You are.
Leave me alone. Jeff, is everything okay?
Wake up, Jeff. The
clown has no penis. Jeff, wake up, Jeff. You're having a bad dream.
What did I say?
What did I say?
I had something about a sniveler. No, I didn't.
No, I'm not a sniveler.
I'm not a sniveler. I know, it's all right.
I am not.
I'm not a sniveler. Let me cry in your bosom.
I'm going to go into the crying room now.
A special room where you can't hear me cry.
Yeah, it's a special room, disconnected from everything, where they cry.
What would be the pictures on Jeff Bezos' crying room? What would be the pictures on the wall? There would be tough guy posters, most likely.
The mother that didn't love him.
Would it be Van Damme in a full splits over 2 barrels? Yeah,
maybe.
Arnold's.
It's probably like the 3-headed spatula or something that didn't sell very well. on Amazon.
He's going in here to feel good. He's got to restore.
No stars or below.
It's his failures. His failures are on the walls.
The three-headed spatula.
The three-headed spatula. Why isn't this selling? 3 pancakes. One time.
It's in a glass case.
Whatever those first businesses that he started that didn't work out, whatever they were called, like, I don't know. He named the fucking bookstore Amazon, so it was probably some other goofy thing like Unicorn or something. Yeah, we sell cupcakes off the internet. And then he's like, the people don't want cupcakes. So he has that shit up on the wall.
I don't know why Back Rubs by Jong didn't work.
This is my museum of failure.
Giveaway.
I call it the crying room.
This is my crying room or museum of failure. This is where I learned everything that I
Here
know.
is a radio only sold in Italy that only speaks Chinese.
And you have to wind it with your pinky because nothing else fits in there.
It takes
I don't know why it didn't sell.
67D batteries.
And it comes with wheels.
I love it. I love the failed products of Amazon.
Dude. And the
There's
next
a great
one
cartoon
is the next
right there. The failed products. Jeff Bezos' Cry Room. That's what it's called.
This is my triple dildo. I'm just not. There's always one that's dry. So no matter how you work it out.
What's the third one
always
for?
stays dry.
One always stays dry. There's always a new. You could just trip it, just go like that.
You know what happened though is this didn't sell at all until I sold it to BarkBox.
Yeah.
And then they started.
Yes.
It's the island of misfit toys.
Yeah.
Island of misfit dildos.
That's what the crying room looks like. That's what it looks like. It's
the island of misfit.
Nobody wants an elephant with polka dots.
Nobody wants a water gun that squirts jelly.
Nobody wants a Charlie in the box.
I did my best. Oh my God.
That's what those fuckers feel like. They feel like that. You know it. That's inside. They're all fucking Charlie in the box. All those guys. They're all Charlie in the box.
What did he think when he sold his first book on Amazon? There was one book. You know, he had like 5 books on there in the beginning. Now it sells everything, but
they were used, right?
You know,
was it used books?
We sold a book. We sold a book.
That's
his little fucking bald. Yeah,
yeah.
That's how that Sophia chick from Nasty Gal did her things too.
Yeah,
she shot a fucking doing really well on the interweb. Then she opened stores, and that did not go well.
She tried to go brick and mortar and didn't work out.
Don't open stores.
Yeah,
it's all for dicks.
Nobody wants to go to stores.
Even Amazon opened a bunch of stores, and they shut them down right after too.
Yeah.
We built a bunch, and then they paid us.
Open.
Yeah, only grocery stores. Grocery stores do well.
I mean, the only thing they have the Amazon stores for anymore is for returning shit. So
there's going to be we're going to see the return of the Barnes and Nobles and stuff like that. That's coming up soon.
Well, here's a question I have for you.
It is nice to be in a bookstore.
Yeah, well,
I think
I
so
have
too.
a question for you guys, and I'm struggling with it personally. And that is, I saw somebody had something on. I'm on Blue Sky, which is the new social media where you find more progressive people.
Yep.
And somebody was putting like things that you could do to resist this administration, and one of them was like, don't shop on Amazon anymore. And I was like, oh fuck! I've pretty much.
That's not good for an introvert like you.
I've got it down to where I could buy, like, I know how to get the things that I need to get for stuff with Amazon. But what do you think about that? Like, is it something that we should actually do? Like, should we be doing that? Is it going to do any good?
No. I don't think it's going to do any good. But
we should just keep giving him money so he could build another crying room.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good. Yeah, I mean, if enough people,
the 3 people on my block that recycle.
He has built a thing that, yeah. He's he's built a thing where everybody fucking relies on it, and it's like,
Yeah, I mean,
I
that's
used to
what I'm
think
saying.
it's like it's so funny because it's like you used to go out and just get shit. Like I want this book. You go to Barnes and Noble, get the fucking book. You like I get in the car, it's half hour. I get the book. I got it. I'm reading it tonight. Or you get Amazon. It's like, well, it'll come next day or the other, but that's okay because I'll get a package and it'll be fine. It's like, what happened to just go get it down and go fucking get it? You know what I mean?
What happened to go to the fucking library?
We sometimes order this one.
Going at the end of the street.
Sometimes order fucking paper towels on Amazon.
Oh, they're going to close all the libraries.
Why? Because they're too progressive. So
where else would you get paper towels?
Woke.
Home Depot?
Yeah. At the paper towel store. At the Getting store. The Getting place.
The Getting place.
Where'd you get that?
I don't know.
At the Getting place?
I mean, again, I've been thinking of making a better effort to purchase things at other places besides Amazon, but then I'm like, doesn't some other asshole own that place too? Like,
no. What asshole are we talking about? Maybe he's a Trump supporter, but he's not Bezos. I mean, are we going to destroy Bezos because we're fucking buying? Oh, I'm going to get my fucking paper towels around.
Well, I mean, I guess if everybody got their paper towels somewhere else,
this would have to be a.
But everybody gets their paper towels at Costco anyway.
Well, yeah.
No, they don't.
No, I do.
No, I found it's more expensive. I just go
to Costco.
I go to Home Depot.
Some
things are a little cheaper.
Really?
Yeah. Home Depot.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
I'm not going to buy anything. That's out of my way to go.
I'm a toilet paper and paper towel snob. I use the good stuff.
I don't know why I have this. I just wanted to bring on my favorite thing right now.
Is that your cheese grater?
Is that a pasta maker or something?
This is a spinny cheese grater.
What?
Yeah. I like it.
It's got a suction thing that locks to the counter when you put that, so you don't have to fucking. It doesn't. Dude, there are many like this.
Hey, you know what?
Did you get that on Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I did.
Is it in Jeff Bezos' crying room?
It is not on Jeff Bezos' crying wall.
That does not look like. That doesn't look like something most people need.
Here's the problem. Well, dude, you're talking about the knuckle scraper, right? It's your 1970s knuckle scraper. The one that you always get down with that knob of cheese about an inch thick, and you can't grab it like that.
Just eat it.
You gotta try to force it into the thing. See, with this, you just put it in there, and you got a little fucking plunger, right? Puts it down, and you just fucking and it comes spilling out of here like a fucking like a goddamn cheese waterfall.
I just thought of one that's on Jeff Bezos' wall. It's called the butter udder.
I don't know where to go to get this.
It's shaped like a cow, and you stuff your butter in it, and you got to squeeze the udder to get the butter out. It's called the butter udder.
Nobody wanted the butter udder. I don't know why.
There was one like this that shreds butter, so you can like it and then immediately just spread it without the frustration.
I'll tell you when I got
go to like an 80s commercial of like, oh my God, he's trying to spread his bread and the whole thing rips.
Do you use a lot of grated cheese that you need that tool? I'm just curious. There's no judgment here.
Sounds like there is.
I'm not. I don't care if you do. I'm just asking you if that's the case.
We use our grater for a lot of things. For squash, you can use that for anything. You know what I mean? Onions.
I mean, really?
There's other attachments in here. There's like a blade attachment where you can just put vegetables in there. It'll slice them.
It's just a shredder, basically. Then
there's one in that thing you can put in there. You can put your tie. And you turn it, and it'll come out all
kill yourself,
like with a Windsor,
which is fantastic.
It's sweet.
With a Windsor knot.
I'm going to kill myself with cheese grater tonight.
What was killing me was I chop all the onions, because it makes other people cry a lot. So I go fast, so the fumes don't go up. But I wasn't being so fast lately. I got big onions, and I bought this thing. It's like shaped like a cut onion. It's a fan, so it's a red onion, but it just blows across while you're cutting your onions, and the fumes don't rise. But it's an onion fan. It's fucking badass.
Where did you get that?
So stupid.
Off Amazon.
That's the crying room. That's what I'm saying. It's in the crying room.
Literally. You can't go anywhere. You cannot go anywhere and get an onion fan. And you can't just go anywhere and get a whirligig cheese grater.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the problem. That's why you can't just but let's be honest. Do we need an onion fan? Did
Yeah,
we
you
need
do.
the trees?
We are that
Trust
advanced
me,
in a culture that you
when
can
you
get an
do
onion
it,
fan.
Okay.
Try or
You
don't.
realize I needed an onion fan. Or just put a fan. I got a fan in the garage. You know what I mean? I just got to hook that up. But I have an onion fan. It's better.
Well, this
Which
is definitely.
This is going on the top. All right. Trump's going to end up on fucking Mount Everest or whatever the fucking.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos is going to build another crying room with all the money he's making.
Yeah.
Because we can't stop buying his cheese.
Maybe our
cheese
next
graters and
episode we
onion
can
fans.
call the crying room, and we can
It's
each
called the
come
crying
up
room.
with several products
Hey, listen,
that
we
Jeff
can't
Bezos has in the
do
crying
the
room.
crying game. We probably can't put the crying game on T-Bone, but if you can play the crying game on your guitar.
Wow.
Again.
Yeah.
What is the crying game?
You know
what is that?
I think.
How does
you
that
remember
go?
the music from the crying game? This guy was in love with a transvestite. It was something about that back in the
I don't
day.
watch those kind of movies.
Oh, all right.
I never saw it.
Well, it won awards. It was. Do you guys ever remember the crying game? All right.
I never saw the crying game.
Well, then the music isn't going to make any sense
you know
because
why
the
I never
music
saw it?
was part of
because all the spoilers came out. They're like, and by the way, at the end, he's a
transvestite.
Whatever.
So is this
Transvestite.
Amelia Perez. I heard Amelia Perez is going to be deported too. Just when
was that?
they win their Oscar. I don't know, some movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well. We'll see. This is
I
a
don't know. Well,
musical.
this again has
Hey,
been.
we're getting back into Oscar time too.
And also, they
that's
put in
right.
legislation. They're going to change the amendment so he can run for a third term. Only presidents
Oh, they're not going to do that. That you
who
have to
didn't
go
run
through.
in 2 consecutive
That's illegal.
terms can
This
run for a
is-
third term.
Yeah, this is where a lot of his stuff is just going to hit a
See,
wall.
this is the thing, though, is that because
will
everybody's
say,
saying,
though, didn't
he's not
Obama
going to
try
do
that?
that. He's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. It won't happen. And then it does.
Well,
and then it fucking does.
No. So the things that he has been able to do have been things that are like easy to do, or at least they don't require something like a constitutional convention to like
No, I
birthright
understand.
citizenship. Like that's not just that easy to change. I mean,
It's
like,
not. No, the
and
Supreme Court has already said
and same thing with his third term thing. If you do that, you're going to instigate an ire from a certain percentage of the population they're going to be fighting mad. Like I know that I will, and I will actually probably go out with fucking like a baseball bat and beat Trump supporters in the head if that happens.
That's
So-
not going to
those-
happen.
Those aren't the
He's
people
lying.
who fucking. Those
Yeah,
aren't
I'm
the
backing
people.
him up
Those
right
aren't the
now. He's
people.
just mad.
Yeah, well, I don't want to go out with a baseball bat. I'm just saying, like,
I don't
that's- it-
come pick you up at the concentration camp either.
So when
well,
everybody,
they're
when
not gonna
everybody-
let they're not gonna let you pick me up. That's gonna.
No, they won't. They're not going to let it. Yeah.
They're not letting you pick me up. You're gonna
You
be
got
like,
to give
I'm
us
here.
the passwords to
Yeah, there's a
to get
there's
in
a guy
Riverside
in
and
here.
stuff.
It's going to sound something like, "Do you have some papers?"
yeah.
Yeah.
Papers,
T-Bone and
please.
Gordon roll up to the concentration camp that I'm at. They're like, hey, yeah, what do you want? We're looking for Gabe.
Don't
He's
you
one
have
of-
some papers?
He's one. Yeah,
Now, I know he looks Mexican, but he's the
No, I can
whitest
see him
dude you've
right
ever
there.
met,
He's right
dude.
over there.
Honest.
Gabe, come here.
That's him. That's him in the
That's him.
stripe,
Right there.
the
Gabe!
striped outfit. He's over there. He
So
looks
let me just-
emaciated.
Let me talk to you for a second.
Yeah.
We just need my friend, and
Yeah.
here's what's happening. I need some peppers, please.
Yeah, that's
Oh, we joke. You joke.
We
joke.
just
yeah.
Good joke.
We jest. Well, this has been another. Fine episode.
Harrowing episode.
We solved it.
Yeah.
We did. We solved. We solved
crisis.
Nazis.
If everybody would just listen.
everybody
Yeah.
love everybody. I'm telling you. Will Ferrell was
Well,
right.
anyway, if you're a new listener because you heard a plug and now
You're
you're
not.
listening to us, we're sorry.
If you just
You
stumbled
know.
across this, we're sorry.
Sorry.
But next week, tune
If you're-
in to see
yeah,
what's
if
in
you're
Jeff
right.
Bezos' crying room.
Yeah. If you were dumb enough to click on it just by accident, we're sorry. Okay. Good.
Yeah. But we'll see you next week.
Gabe's good at alienating things, but we'll see you. Please come back.
Yeah, but please listen again.
Please come back.
Listen again. And if
He
you're not
doesn't-
an asshole, listen again. But you're
Yes.
probably an asshole, so don't bother.
If you're an
All
asshole,
right.
don't bother. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're an asshole, don't bother. If you didn't like what we said, don't come back.
I'm gonna
We
do
didn't
this.
either.
I'm not
I
gonna
can't
go
even
the other
remember
way.
what
I'm
we
gonna
said.
do.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't remember what we said, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. and we'll never remember it. So,
all right, okay. Well, next week it's the crying game.
Hey,
So.
Before we go, I just want to say happy.
Is this your squid?
Happy birthday, T-Bone. We didn't get to say
Happy
it
T-Bone.
a couple
Thank you,
weeks
yes.
in.
Happy birthday, T-Bone.
Yes.
I turned 58. 58.
Oh,
I did.
shit.
Impossible.
It is
It
impossible.
is, right?
Impossible.
It's face creams. I'll teach you guys a secret. It is.
I need them. I'm sorry to get a little. I don't know if you saw. I'm kind of getting a little sag on the side.
Are you doing cow fat?
Oh, you can't stop that. There's no creams.
No.
There's no sag
Gordon
creams.
stopped it. He just grew like a fucking Jerry
Garcia
beard.
You just got to cover it up.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'll see you guys next week.
All right. See you next week. Bye.
Goodbye.
Later.